Welcome back. Now, the General Legal Counsel has suspended lawyer Hansen Koduah from legal practice for 3 years with effect from June 2016. In a statement, the General Legal Counsel formally charged Hansen Koduah under Rule 9(8) of the Legal Profession, Rules 1969, 613, acting as counsel for one Grace Nana Ama Opera. He represented to her that she was required to pay a filing fee in the sum of 50,000 cedis in a case entitled Mrs. Grace Nana Ama Opera versus National Investment Bank and two others at a high court in Kumasi. The statement indicated he succeeded in collecting from her the said amount when he knew that the statutory fee was 748 cedis to be paid to HFC Bank at the High Court Registry in Kumasi, but failed to pay same to the said bank as the practice requires. Meanwhile, lawyer Hans Koduah has filed a case at the Supreme Court challenging the decision by the Legal Counsel. We're getting him onto the telephone lines now. We have him on the telephone lines now to engage the issues further. Good evening, sir, and thank you very much for joining us.
Well, good evening, sir.
Now, you are challenging the decision by the General Legal Counsel at the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeals. Exactly what transpired?
Thank you for the opportunity. In the first place, I wish I could explain the circumstances and the details, but I'm a bit restrained because, one, I have filed certiorari at the Supreme Court, and I'm seeking to challenge or to quash the decision by the General Legal Counsel for suspending me for that period based upon the facts of the case. And secondly, I've also filed an appeal at the Court of Appeal and have followed it up with a stay of execution or stay of suspension of those orders. So, honestly speaking, I've taken some legal steps to challenge the suspension based upon law.
Based upon law, but is it not based upon conviction that you think you're right?
As I said, I do not wish to comment on the decision now because I have put it before the court. But I was going to say that since I had filed a motion on notice for stay or suspension of those orders, I was a bit surprised why these processes did not stop anybody from putting the matter before the media. But to conclude, I would say that for now, I can't talk about the facts because it will constitute contempt of court. I put the matter before the Supreme Court, the highest court of the land. The next court is the Court of Appeal, where I have appealed against it and have applied for stay of execution. So I'm restrained by law as a senior lawyer from commenting on the case once I have put the matter before the Supreme Court or the Court of Appeal. When the matter is heard, I will report back to you. That's
fair, but we need to have a fair understanding of the punishment against you. Is it to say that within this 3 years that you are expected not to practice, it will also affect your lecturing role at KNUST?
As I said, once I have appealed against it and I have applied for stay of execution or the suspension of the orders, the status quo ante remains. The status quo ante remains. What I mean to say that it is as if nothing has happened. I've applied. I have applied for stay of execution or suspension of the orders. For us, the lawyers, we understand. For now, I wouldn't speak for KNUST because the processes I've had at the Supreme Court are seeking to reverse whatever decision that has been taken against me. That is the purpose. So I wouldn't, in law, be permitted to make comments and then the effects of their decision now that I have complained to the highest court of the land.
That's fair. So it means that you reluctantly agreed to speak to us just to give us clarity over the matters without necessarily going into detail.
Yes, I just wanted to explain it to you that these are the legal steps that I have taken to challenge the decision that have been taken. And in fact, I needed to speak to you to explain these legal processes to you reluctantly. But
Right.
in law, I cannot comment on the facts of the case.
That's
the
fine.
Lordship of the Supreme Court have been given the details. They will decide whether the committee was right or I'm right in trying to quash their decision and all those things.
Right. Thank you very much, Lawyer Hans Koduah. We're grateful that you could join us to clarify this issue. The General Legal Counsel has suspended Lawyer Koduah, but he's taking actions to appeal against those decisions. So he's telling us that it's as if nothing has taken place. Wish him the very best.